another episode of Dragons in Space. This will be episode number 47. I just titled it Grind, Grind, Grind for now until I get an actual name for it based upon what we do this evening. What I do know is we're going to be resuming our focus on our mission. Now, I'm not going to worry about logging into Kerbal X for right now, but it is something that we have access to now, so you'll be able to find my craft online. Okay, it looks like I can actually log in securely. If I can remember my own username on there. Aha. Excellent. So we are now logged into Kerbal X as well. Alright, so resuming our career. This is the original Twitch campaign. Going without all the boosted money income, which I'm thinking I'm going to change. The income levels are really limiting my ability to make creative and entertaining craft. Particularly big ones that can be used for, carriers and all sorts of other fun. I like to build big. So we're going to adjust some spots settings on the campaign here so that our future income is boosted. So we'll keep everything else the same. But we don't want to grind forever. We want to be able to actually build the stuff we like to build. This doesn't look right. Where's the Duna mission? Alright, we lost it because it had a... it was the only satellite we lost. We lost it due to the fact that it had a methane scanner on board. Got our gorgeous sun flares going now. Our deep field star background. The graphics look amazing now. We haven't checked in our labs in a while. I think I've already recently harvested them, but I just want to double check and make sure that everything is in good order with them. The last time we streamed, we were focused on developing the Phoenix Project 2.1, which is a space plane that will go all the way to the moon and come back. And that was a successful project, and that means it can be used for a lot of other purposes as well. We just need to tweak the payload to whatever we need it for. Also, we'll be looking to do a poll eventually. The poll's probably going to be on whether or not to actually continue career mode or just go over to trying to earn science, because, as I said, the budget, while it makes things interesting in terms of the challenge of building to budget, I can make a profit if I just simply build tiny, build efficient. And I have no problems doing that. But it doesn't make exactly for the most spectacular or entertaining of careers to be constantly grinding. Take all these probes off. We'll check Science Station 1 first. Now currently we are in mission mode because all we're doing is checking on tech. Personman, welcome back. How are you doing this evening? kind of dark here on this side of the planet. Whoa, that's a lot of science. I don't know if we have enough power to transmit that even right now. Wait till it gets into sunlight here. Doing great. Just discovered we had 1,000 science on board here that hasn't been harvested yet. And there is the gorgeous Eden Sun Flare. What do you think of that new background I've got? The Eden Sun Flare in combination with the deep star field here instead of the standard Kerbal background. We need to wait for the power to fill up on it here. Make sure we got all of our panels pointed in the direction that it can be seen. Oh, that was part of the problem. They're not extended. I'm betting that's where the campaign is from a prior version. Get these up. Thanks. Yeah, it's one of the better backgrounds, at least in my opinion, for the game. Created by somebody called, I think it's Pudmod. You can get on CCAN if you like it. Alright, let's wait for us. Now that we got our panels up, we're getting a lot of power coming in. It is 3 a.m. Eastern Time. I normally start my stream at 2, but there were a lot of updates for many of the mods that we use on this particular stream. And I went to CCAN, started downloading them, and for some reason it bogged down. I even had to restart it at one point. But hey, it's working good now. And this is Science Station 1 that you're viewing here. This was the first station that we put up. It had been intended to go to the moon, but we didn't have enough fuel on the first stage to get it out of orbit, so we just left it there. And ever since it served as a science space station up here, and we've refueled it now using a visit from that. And due to the fact that I'm using Kerbal attachments, I'm actually able to move parts around in space. This docking port originally was not part of the original design. It was actually welded onto the belly of the ship in orbit by our good old engineer, Mr. Bama Hunter here. Let's beam this tech back. Oh. Oh, I thought that was 1,400. It's 1.4. Oops. Not the massive ton of science I thought it was. Eastern? Yeah, if you're on Eastern time, you're on the same zone as me. Let's check out our other stations, see how they're doing. We just want to make sure, since we reloaded this from a previous version of KSP, this was a 1.22 campaign, but we've updated all the mods associated with it. So it's now a 1.3 campaign. Get the alarm out of the way for now. So we just want to check in all the labs, make sure nothing's broke on them. We've confirmed some of the solar panels aren't deployed. I'm guessing that's due to the fact the craft reset from the update. Have you built anything interesting in KSP lately, Persimmon? Anything crazy like this? Wow, that is a weird looking terrain. It almost blends in with the star field on the moon. So this, I don't know, are we coming into sunlight? I think we are. Yeah, there comes the sun flare. There's a dawn on the moon for the, this is the Armstrong base. The Armstrong Memorial is over there somewhere. Matter of fact, let's see if I can turn the flags on. So there's the Armstrong Memorial flag over here. I just want to switch to it if they'll let me. Guess won't let me switch to it directly. I'm going to have to do it the hard way. I don't know if you've ever visited this or not, but one of my favorite parts. This is the memorial to Neil Armstrong. When the sun gets on the other side, you get to read the plaque over here. There's our mission flag, sitting right alongside the American flag. Well, did you see the Phoenix 2.1 spaceplane from the other evening? Were you here for that? It flew all the way to the moon and landed by a tailhook, and then took off from the surface of the moon like a standard jet. It was on 6 wheels and just took right off, no problem. Hold it up for you in the hangar here. All right. Well, then I give you the opportunity to show it to you. This has been the big project the last few days. The reason being is just the fact that this space plane can go to the moon and come back with a massive science suite. You're going to see it here in a moment. It's unbelievable, really. I put a lot of effort into this beastie. It can do just about anything you want it to do. Costs a lot too for career, but I've upped the income level because I like to build big. So this is the Phoenix Project 2.1. It's based on the Phoenix Project 2, which is a intra-atmospheric vehicle designed to go all the way around Kerbin without having to refuel, stop at all the biomes, and do all the science it needs. So we upgraded that model. I'll show you the previous version, the one that's just an aircraft. This was the final version of the Phoenix 2. You notice they look a lot alike, but there are some differences. First off, Phoenix 2 doesn't actually have a graphene nose cone. Sure. I might be on a little earlier tomorrow too. I only got started late tonight because we had a bunch of mods to update. Thanks for dropping by. Also, the Phoenix 2.1 and the Phoenix 2 are both available on Kerbal X if you want to pick them up and try them out. All I have to do is go to Kerbal X and look up my screen name, which is Maelstrom_Vortex, the same as it is here on Kerbal X. But yeah, this thing is designed to deliver a massive science payload. This entire section through here is all designated payload. You could swap that out for a cargo bay, put a satellite on board, you name it, take it up to orbit, come back with the full aircraft intact. So I mean, it doesn't. It's a single stage to orbit. So let's check on our mission priorities right now. We need to find out what we need to be doing for this campaign to advance. I do know we have a mission at Eve. We've already got that in progress. That'll be arriving in 353 days and 2 hours. So we've got a long time to wait. Oh wait, that's actually for the maneuver mode. So it's probably going to be 2 years before it actually reaches Eve. That's also because we launched it at not the best place in orbit. All right, so missions. Surface sampled on the surface. Well, we know we have an aircraft that can go that far. Let's look at them in the mission viewer. It's easier this way. Atmospheric surveys. Cosmic surveys of Minmus. Near the moon. Ferry tourists. Orbit around Kerbin, but we don't have a lot of tourists right now, so we don't want to do tourist missions. Satellite in a polar orbit of Kerbin. That would be easy to do. Let's look at the dates too, though. We want to prioritize these by the order they occur in, so we're not missing anything important. 4 years, 12 years, 10 years. Looks like 4 years are going to be our lowest numbers. So yeah, we can go ahead and start on that positioning the satellite in orbit, polar orbit. That'll be a good one to do. What is it missing? Oh yeah, the cryo engines. I should have gotten those before we came on. Been trying to minimize the number of extra mods though that we have, and I didn't really use the cryo engines a lot. Here's our failed or sadly lost Dunacom. Requires Kethane sensors. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. We don't need Dunacom anymore. We'll leave the ones for cryo engines because I probably will download that one after this stream's over. Or the fact that almost every single one of our satellite delivery systems relies on it kind of demands that we actually take care of that. Tell you what, folks, we're going to drop out. I'm going to get CCAN, and we're going to grab the cryo engines, then we're going to boot it back up. Now, I got a lot of mods now. It'll take a minute to get it done, but kind of important that we do it. Hopefully CCAM won't be running slow. If it does, I'll just conclude the stream. Problem is, I think the cryogenic tanks that it requires hasn't been updated yet. That's why we were holding off. We can't get it because they don't have the tanks updated to the proper level, unless if they already have them on GitHub. Looks like according to the forums that, according to GitHub, looks like some work's been done on it, but I'm not sure it's finished. Please be finished. I really want to be able to move on though with this career without having to worry about it being bogged down. The other thing is, once we get all the mods reassembled for this, I will be doing a backup to make sure we don't lose it again like we did last time. I can keep playing through a mod update or through a version update. Oh my goodness. The forums search engine is just horrible. I'm going to suspend the stream for now. We will resume in a little bit once I get the cryogenic tanks to work, if I can. If not, then we may pick up tomorrow evening.